welcome to day 9 of the Amazon FBA 10K challenge, where I take a product from $0 all the way up to $10,000 every single month on Amazon FBA, and I do it 100% transparently so you can copy it along at home and get the exact same results for yourself. So once again, this is day 9. If you haven't seen up to here yet, go back and watch and meet me back here. If you have, welcome to day 9. Excited to be here. Even though we aren't 100% completed with the find the supplier phase, I am going to be moving on to the create listing phase today, just to get number one, the barcode that we'll have to send to the supplier for him to put onto that packaging. And then we're going to create a listing skeleton, which is basically going to be the listing that we're going to come back and optimize fully over the next couple of days. And where we'll be able to put out pictures and all that stuff we're going to be doing over the next week or so. We're going to come back and keep it all in this one spot here. So we'll be creating that today, so we have that spot to keep referring back to. And I'm also going to show you a brief tour of the Amazon FBA platform so you can get familiar with that and understand what the main functions and buttons do, because there's a lot of text over there. Cool. So if we check out our expenses, you can see yesterday we paid for our buy request. We boosted that with extra visibility and extra speed. And so that was $13. So that brings our total to $179 of investment. We have $4,000 budget in this. I'm actually going to change this now to $4,000, since I think that's going to give us the best results. We're going to buy 500 maps at about $6 each for $3,000. And then we're going to have the extra $1,000 for marketing, which we'll get into in phase 5 and 6 and 7, which will be good fun. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, the link is in the description. I'm in here answering questions. Everybody else is in here, all growing and learning together. So make sure you get into this Facebook group. We're putting exclusive resources in here now too. So it's really, really valuable. If you're not a part of the Amazon FBA Masterclass 2, which is an 11.5-hour course where I tell you everything that I've ever learned about Amazon in a step-by-step fashion, that link is in the description. You can save $200 by following that link too. So I'll be excited to see you in there. Without further ado, let's jump over to the Amazon Seller Central. I'm going to show you how to create an account. I'm going to show you how to get a barcode for our new product, our scratch maps. I'm going to show you how to list your first product on there and create the listing skeleton that we're going to be working under for the next, for the rest of the time that we're selling scratch maps. So let's jump in. Don't miss out on this. We are giving away an Amazon product idea that I personally found that will make you over $5,000 every month, $1,000 of PayPal cash to buy your stock, and a fast track Amazon FBA coaching session to ensure that you launch your product perfectly. To win, all you need to do is subscribe, turn on post notifications, and comment below why you want to start an Amazon FBA business. Enter now, then let's jump into this video. Awesome, so here we are, all signed up under a brand new account. This one will be called Willow Traders, and that's the new account I've got established under a new business that I will be using to launch scratch maps and every other transparent product that I do in the future. So that way there is nothing private, don't need to block anything out. I have 0 sales so far. You can see we actually have negative $44, which is the monthly fee to sell on Amazon. And this is charged at the end of the month, so you won't have to pay that. So we won't put that into the sheet yet, but it's just because I've had this account for over a month already in preparation to do this that I have paid that. So we won't put that in the expenses yet until 30 days is up. But basically, if you haven't got an account yet, you do need the professional one, or it's much better to get the professional one where it costs. To get an account, simply just type in Amazon FBA into Google. I'm not going to walk you through the whole process because it's very self-explanatory, but you can see just this get started button right here on services.amazon.com. You can learn all about it here, all the benefits of it, all the instructions. Just click get started there and you can sign up within 5 minutes. Again, I recommend going straight for that pro option. And if you haven't been familiarized with this already, I just want to walk you through a few of these options, because when you do start, it is a little bit overwhelming. There's lots of text. It looks a little bit outdated, like an older style website. And it can be a little bit overwhelming if you don't know what buttons are what. But basically, I'll show you about the 3 buttons that I use in Amazon Seller Central. And then I'll show you briefly everything that I don't use. So down here, the sales summary is always very beneficial. You'll probably see screenshots of this posted around. This is basically going to track our sales over the last 24 hours. in the last 7 days, over the last 15 days, and over the last 30 days. And you're just going to see how much revenue total. So post Amazon fee, which is important to note. Anytime you see someone claiming that they sell so much money in 30 days, you have to remember that is pre-Amazon fees. I don't know if I said post before, but it's before you pay anything, including your products. So it's not profit at all. Probably about 40% profit margin for us. So we're not sure what it is for other people, but don't be suckered into huge revenue numbers without them telling you their profit margin. Up top will be the total of how much Amazon owe you. Normally this is a positive number that they're going to be paying you at the end of every 2 weeks. Over on the left will give you just a preview of the order screen on how many orders you've fulfilled and what stage they're at. It's my cat running around behind me, sorry about that. Buy performance, this is everything to do with your seller account. So not product specific, but if you sell a ton of different products, these will always stay the same. So it's things like messages, chargeback claims. This is account health. It'll give you a score here once you have one. Customer feedback. So all that will come up under here, and that is your account specific and not product specific. So getting started, I have to submit some documents before we can sell, which I'll do that at a later date. Headlines, never check these, but these are just Amazon news headlines. And this is about selling in other countries, which we can get to way further into the transparent launch. A couple of quick links. The messages here is really good, just to take you straight across to your messages when anyone sends you a message. All your account settings is over here in the settings tab. You can go through all these and fill them out yourself. Your tax settings, your brand name and everything, your account name can all be found over there. This catalog tab is a new tab, and it's basically not used by me. I've never used it, but where you can add new products into the catalog, which is Amazon's database of all the products. So it's not your product specifically, but it's basically every product on Amazon is in the catalog. You need to add your product to that catalog in order to create a listing for it. I will get into that in a second. Inventory, manage inventory is a really big tab. If you have multiple products, you'll be using that a lot because you can see all your inventory in one page. Don't really use any of these other ones. Add a product we'll be using when we add it. Pricing I've never used, but basically you can see all your pricings for your items and manage all that. Orders is a big one. You can manage orders here. If you get any orders, you can see them individually. And this is one of the only ways you can tell where basically if someone bought your product at a discount or at full price, because everywhere else it says revenue. So we'll be coming in here to distinguish that. You can manage your returns in here, very easy. I'm also going to be showing you how to get a virtual assistant to manage most of these things for you. And I actually have a couple of spare virtual assistants who have been trained up, if anyone is interested when you get to that stage. Advertising is going to be really big. So basically, I made these as an example for the course. These aren't actually running on any product. They're just an example for the Amazon FBA Masterclass, the campaigns that I would run. And you can come in here, create new campaigns. I'll be walking you through all of that in the launch, and then we'll be going through that again in the sales swing. Lightning deals are going to be cool in the future. Basically, it's where you can offer your product at a steep discount for a 4-hour sale and really boost your rank. Coupons, we can create coupons in there in order to give our product away at a discount. Storefront, I've never used. Reports, so this is where you can see all your payment reports, how much Amazon owe you, how much you owe Amazon. And performance is good, just to keep an eye on that to make sure you're in good standing with Amazon so you don't get suspended. So super brief tour. It's all pretty self-explanatory. You basically use the inventory, manage inventory to get an overview of all your stock, and the advertising to look at all your advertising, and then basically just the sales summary down here. And you'll get if you get a notification, I think it comes up right. Oh, it comes up over here on this flag. There'll be a notification by Amazon if they need to message you for anything, and you can access your messages here if your customers message you. So that is a brief tour of the dashboard. What we want to do is we want to set up our first listing so that we can get a barcode, number one, send it to our supplier so they can put that on the packaging, on the exterior of the packaging. And number two, just have that listing so we can keep coming back and optimizing it tomorrow, optimize the whole thing tomorrow, keyword rise, we'll be doing research, all that stuff, so it will be showing high in the search results. And also just so we can keep everything in one place if we need, once we take out photos and everything, we'll be able to just upload them straight away. So in order to create a product, you can go inventory and then add a product. So to list a new product, you can just come down here, create new product listing. And then basically you can search for your product category, or you can search down here. The product you're adding may already exist on Amazon, so it won't exist exactly on Amazon for us because it has a private label. So they'll always be under a different brand, but you might be able to find something similar to your product on Amazon and put that in there first. So for us, search product category. I'm just going to type in scratch map, see what comes up. And the best way to choose your category is to basically see what your top competitors are selling in. So I'm going to search scratch map on Amazon and come down to these two top competitors. This one right here, landmass, and then this one down here, earth habitats. So let's check out earth habitats first. Scroll right down to get their category. Office products, so they're in, and then they're in office supplies or social studies and accessories. One thing to note here too is they're going to be different in the back end as they are in the front end. It's a very weird thing that Amazon do. Social study accessories. Here on this side, it is social studies accessories. So this one does match up, which is convenient and easy for us to see. Let's just see what that other competitor is doing. Landmass, I believe I was in the other one. Office products, arts and craft supplies, so education, arts, crafts, classroom decorating, banners, and then also in office supplies. So let's see the banners one. Educational wall banners, it's listed here in the back end. So they're in that one. So you can choose either one of those. I am going to choose social study accessories. It's not a big deal if you want to come back and change your category at any time too. If you think you can get a bestseller tag in another category, really easy to come back in and change. So don't worry too much about that. This bit is very important now. We need to get a UPC code in order to generate our barcode on Amazon. So in order to do that, we need to go over to a website that I use. You guys can use any of these websites. You can just type in Amazon barcode and see what comes up here. Buy. And you can see a ton of sites will come up for it. Barcode Stalk. Speedy Barcodes is the one I like to use. Barcodes Australia. I'm in Australia, so that's why that one's coming up. Snap UPC. So Speedy Barcodes online. You will see that Amazon now require what's called a GS1 barcode. So you can type GS1 barcode for Amazon and see what comes up here. Now, as far as I'm aware, I would double check this one before you use Speedy Barcode, but it's been working for me so far. Down here it says all barcodes were originally issued by GS1 US. So at the moment, I've never had a problem using these barcodes. But some people are saying that the original GS1 barcodes are different. I would double check that for yourself just to make sure, but I'm going to use one of these Speedy Barcodes like I always have, and I've never had a problem with that. So you can see one barcode is $5. 5 barcodes is $10. You get a discount the more you buy. So if you're going to list more products on Amazon, then I would buy more barcodes up front to save some money in the long run. We don't need that. Because we're just listing one product. If you have variations of products, you're going to need a barcode for each variation. But if you just have one product, like we're selling one scratch map, we need one barcode. So we're going to have to buy that. So we can come back over here and add that into our investment sheet. So we're still, while creating our listing, I'm going to put this into sourcing the product because it sort of is still in the sourcing phase because we're creating a listing so we can get that barcode. So that's $5, which brings up to $18 for this and $184 total dollars. You can see one barcode, add it to cart. No promotional code that I know about. You can give it a Google if you wanted to see if there was one available. I'm going to log into my current barcode account. Okay, I am going to blur out that information down there. Basically, I already have a couple barcodes, so I'm not going to go through and buy this with you, but you can see the process that you can go through to get this barcode. And what it will give you is one of these sheets. So this is a PDF that I downloaded earlier from Speedy Barcodes where I bought a pack of 12 UPC codes. And I will block them out here just because I use these ones. But basically you'll get a number like one of these. I can show you the UPC I'm using for the scratch map, but basically you're going to come in. Let's just take this one. This one ends in 777. Sounds lucky to me. And we're going to come over here and just paste that UPC that we got from Speedy Barcodes over here or wherever you did get your UPC code. So what you need first is the UPC code, and that will generate a barcode for us. I'll show you how to get that. So product name. Product name will be Premium Full Color Scratch Map. We're just going to start with this. And the reason that I start with a simple name like this is that's because it's going to be printed onto the barcode. This, whatever you type in here is going to be printed onto the barcode. We can come back and change the title for SEO terms and everything. But to generate the barcode, you need to have that product name in there. And they're going to use some of that name to put in the barcode. I'll show you what I mean. So brand name, Odyssey Maps. Manufacturer, I'll put under that brand name, Odyssey Maps. Part number, I'll just put ODS map, will be fine. Put Odyssey map, all right. So we can't save and finish yet because we need an offer. Now, by default, when we create this listing, it's going to be under FBM, which is fulfilled by merchant, which means Amazon think that I'm going to be shipping the product, but I don't want anything to do with the shipping of the product. So what we're going to do at the moment is we're going to put in a price. I'm going to put $36.89. Quantity 0. Can we put? I don't know. 1. Let's just see. So it's in new condition. Shipping template, migrated template is good. Let's see if we can put 0. Yeah, we can. Cool. So no one can buy that. You can also skip the offer data and add it later, which could be useful. Variations, we don't have variations, but if you do, you can come and put it in here. It is much easier if you do it up front when you list the product. So if you do a variation, I'd spend some time coming in, say we had a different color. You can put in all your colors down here, select the difference of price, how many you've got. It's much easier if you put it in up front. How do I get rid of that variation now? Okay, I'm just gonna see if I can leave that. Images, if you have any images, I don't have any yet. We'll be taking some great images and optimizing them together. We can do that, but right now we don't have any. Okay, I need to get rid of this variation. Okay, so that was really weird. I couldn't figure out how to get rid of that variation, so don't do that variation unless you need to. I had to refresh the page. Let's just come on in and fill this out. Put that Y in there. So part number is, again, I mean, I didn't explain it the first time, but the part number is whatever part number you want. It's for your own business. So seller SKU I've got in there as scratch map. It doesn't matter. Again, that's for your own personal use to identify what product it is. Condition new, $36.89, 0 quantity, and then save and finish. You can skip that by clicking that button as well if you want to come back and add that later. Okay, so after we have submitted that listing, it's going to take up to 15 minutes to show in our inventory. So I'm just going to pause this and come back in about 15 minutes so we can change it to fulfilled by Amazon and then print our barcode so that we can send that to our supplier. Okay, so now that we have let it load, we're in the manage inventory section. You can see the top one right here, scratch map, is the one that we created. And that's the name we gave it. This is our unique ASIN that has been generated for our listing. So the ASIN, for example, will be up here in your URL. This is someone else's map, and it'll also come up down here, ASIN over there. So that's going to identify your product on Amazon. That's an Amazon number. For example, if you search that number, you'll find the exact product of it, and you can do that with all ASINs on Amazon. So that'll be basically your unique identifier on Amazon, that public one, the ASIN. And in order to get a barcode from our UPC, what we need to do is we click this, and you can see that it says change to fulfilled by Amazon. That is because this one right here at the moment is fulfilled by merchant. So we're going to click change to fulfilled by Amazon, manufacturer barcode. We're going to convert only. We're not ready to send inventory in yet. So add that dangerous good. So there's no batteries. It's not hazardous. Submit that. Save and continue. So this means that we'll be sending our stock into Amazon for Amazon to manage all our stock for us. So once we've done that, we can come into inventory, manage inventory. Okay, so that actually took a couple of minutes itself too, but I'm back now that it's worked. And you can come down to this drop down arrow now, and you can see that it says print item labels now. And it also has changed to fulfilled by merchant. instead of fulfilled by Amazon, because now we're listed as being fulfilled by Amazon. You can see there's 0 available because Amazon have received 0 of them in their warehouse, which once we ship them in, this number will go up. That's how much we have in stock, and then we can start selling them. The fee preview, how much it's going to cost us, is here. So we're going to click that drop down over here. Simply click that print item labels button, and then you can choose whatever size you want. All of them work. There'll be smaller ones or bigger ones. Let's go with a medium size one, 24 labels. Please cover any barcodes that are on your items before. And then you can see it pulls up here in a PDF your barcode, and you can see premium full color scratch map, which is the name we gave it because we knew it was going to show up here, and then the condition, which is new. Now this whole thing needs to go on the outside of your product, which means it needs to be the very, very outside thing. So when it comes in, they can just scan it. It can't be hidden under a layer of plastic. It can't be hidden under cardboard. It has to be very, very prominent. In fact, the best way to get the barcode, Amazon FBA guidelines, you can see requirements right here, Amazon FBA product barcode requirements. Have a look at this page. It'll tell you exactly how to use your barcodes, how to put them on, and what the requirements are. So come here and make sure you're doing that right, because it is very important, and you'll lose a lot of time. You'll lose a couple months if you don't get those barcodes on right, because you have to ship them back out to you, you have to re-barcode them and ship them back in. So this will help you right here. But basically, that is how we get our barcode right here. Now that's ready to be put into our design. If you're designing something that's going to be printed, which I am, I'll be putting that on the outside tube of the scratch map. And if you are not, you can just send that to your supplier and get them to print it as a sticker and stick it onto your product on a flat surface. So that will be pretty easy. Cool, so that covers what I wanted to cover today. Tomorrow is going to be really, really exciting, because we're going to come into this listing that we created and start fleshing it out and start really making it an optimized listing. We're going to do keyword research. I'm going to show you how to get the best keywords that are going to get the most traffic for your listings. We're going to find the best ones and the most searched for ones under scratch maps. We're going to add that to the back end in the title, in the dot points and everything. And then I will show you how I would contact the supplier, choose our supplier, get them to ship, to manufacture and ship our product. And then we can take photos of it, list it, and start selling on Amazon. So we have an exciting few days coming up, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you turn on your post notifications and keep being subscribed, and I'll see you tomorrow.